So our blue moms might need a little bit extra love at this time of the year, or blue parents in general, because we've got many blue dads out there too. Let's jump over and look at the greens. Now, the greens are an interesting group of parents. They're all about learning and education and using their mind and exploring new ideas and things like that at their core. So going back to school can be really an exciting time for them. They're excited about their child's new experiences and learning more information because that's what our greens are all about. Our greens can also be completely worn out by this time of the year, especially if they work from home, work part-time, or stay at home with their kids. Green moms especially are all about these learning experiences, and so their home has become a lizard habitat and a dance studio, and somebody learned how to play the piano this summer, and they've allowed their children to have all of these amazing experiences, science experiments, and they threw one big killer slumber party that they'll never do again. But they're also worn out because our greens, more than any other color type, need things to be a little bit quieter, and they need to have a little bit more space. Even as extroverts, they kind of behave more like introverts. So our green moms are probably taking a pretty deep sigh of relief right now, not because they want to shoo their kids out of the house, but because they are pretty exhausted from noise and activity. Now, that can be a green first or second color, but I will say this. All parents who stay at home with their kids are probably ready to shoo the kids out of the house because they are exhausting and it's nice to have a little quiet time. But our green parents in particular will be seeing this as the end of their time as an educator and the start of an official educator like their child going off to school. So it's more of a shift of where the education comes from. Our green parents might be struggling a little bit with kids that just don't want to get on board with getting things done logically. Like, it is just time to go through your closet. It is time to get your bag packed up. It is time to talk about what classes you're going to take. Are you sure you want to work this year? And if they're raising kids, especially orange kids that want to avoid this kind of stuff, it can be very frustrating to them. Now, let's jump onto the oranges. Let's jump onto our orange adults. You guys are an enigma, and I can say that easily because I happen to be an orange-green. So I'm a bit of an enigma too. We're very different based on our second color and if we're an introvert or extrovert. So our green parents could be, or our orange parents, sorry, could be super excited that the school year is starting because maybe you're a stay-at-home mom that's an orange and you're about to get your freedom back. Well, that's really exciting to oranges because we're all about freedom. Now, if you're an orange-blue mom, maybe an orange-blue introvert, you might be a little bit sad about your kids going back to school because they happen to be the coolest people you like to hang out with. So you're about to lose your cool hangout people, even though they're your kids, and maybe your activities are going to become more limited. It won't be going to the amusement park or going to the beach because your kids are headed off to school. So now it's back into kind of the drudgery of homework and packing lunches and driving carpool to every single event after school. So depending on the type of orange you are, you could either be super stoked at this time of the year or totally bummed. However, I know all oranges are the same in that we're all putting certain things off. Whether it be completing the shopping list because you don't want to spend the money on spirals and pencils and pens, you'd kind of rather spend it on fun activities. So some oranges kind of put off school shopping and stuff like that at this time of the year because they would just rather use the resources for something more fun. Or maybe you're the kind of orange that's just dreading the whole setting alarm clocks and having to wake people up and getting everything packed up the night before. So depending on the kind of orange you are, you could either be really psyched or kind of bummed about this time of the year. But either way, we're all in this together. So I guess my big picture, the big picture idea I want you to take away from this vlog post is, remember when you're dealing with other parents or friends or family members that are sending their kids off to school, that we all experience this time of the year differently. Yeah, it would be nice if we all had every form signed and everything turned in the first day of school or before. It would probably be nice if every mom could sit around and have a good cry after they drop their kid off at kindergarten. It might be nice if everybody was as spontaneous and flexible and just wanted to enjoy the rest of summer to the last minute and have a great time with it. But that's just not the case. The fact is we're all hardwired differently. So when you're coming up against other parents or talking to friends of yours, maybe your siblings as adults, and their viewpoint is different than yours, I just want you to take time to remember that we all are hardwired differently, and that based on our first color type, we're going to experience back to school and view it from a very different points of view. So I hope this was helpful. If you ever need more information about the colors, or if you're curious about what your first color type is or your child's first color type, you can either click on the link that is with this video, or you can go to our website, which is colorworksgroup.com, and there we have all the resources you need to start learning more about your colors. Have a great day and a fun back to school, and remember, it's only 10 months till summer.